Hey, how's it going, guys? And welcome back to the North Investor, where we all about personal finance on our path to financial freedom. Today, in this video, you'll discover how much money has I lost throughout 2022, and you'll be able to see if I've been able to beat the stock market performance with my stock portfolio. But first, before to see what has been my performance throughout the last 6 months, let's take a look at what were my personal objectives with this challenge. Obviously, I'll be aiming for as much growth as possible throughout this challenge to be able to beat the performance of the overall stock market, but I'll also keep some of my defensive stocks which are also giving some great dividend income. After, obviously, I want to be able to have a better diversification overall in my portfolio. So over the next couple of months, I'll be adding quite a few different stocks in my portfolio just to diversify my different sectors. But I want to keep a maximum allocation of between 5 to 10% in any kind of stocks in my portfolio. And obviously, the objective of this challenge is to beat the stock market performance represented by the S&P 500. However, I'm not going to include the dividend return that I've made over the last couple of months. As you can see, first, I currently sit on about $10,000 to $15,000 in cash, which can be used if I see some great discounted companies to buy. But I'll also use a certain part of this cash eventually to buy real estate. After, you can see that one of my biggest sector in my portfolio is the technology sector, and it has been totally hammered throughout 2022. But we can see that my 3 worst companies in which I have invested are Tesla, NIO, and Rumble, which have all lost about 50% over the last couple of months. After, for my 3 different energy companies, which include Enbridge and Pembina in the oil sector, we can see that both of them have been performing pretty fairly, but unfortunately we can also see that my Algonquin company, so my renewable company, has been performing horrendous since the last couple of months. In fact, just like a couple of my tech companies, we can see that it has lost over 50% of its value. Now for my financial companies, which include most of the biggest Canadian banks, we can see that they have been performing pretty well, except the Nova Scotia Bank that has been down of about 7%, but the one that has been performing quite well over the last couple of months is Manulife, that has been close to 8% of return. After, for my 2 telecommunication companies, which are Bell and TELUS, we can see that they have lost a lot of their value over the last month. After, for my consummation company, which is Couche-Tard, we can see that it has still been able to have some positive momentum, as well as my materials company, which is Savaria. One of my best picks in my overall portfolio over the last couple of months is obviously my real estate investment trust Raucan, that has been able to return about 6% over that period. And finally, my really small position in VNP has been able to be positive of about 73%. Now let's see what has been my total return for the last 4 months. As you can see, I've lost about 10% of the value of my portfolio over that period, which means that my stock portfolio currently worth about $72,000 at the moment. But don't forget that I'm not including the high dividend that I've received over that period. Now if we compare my performance of my portfolio with the S&P 500 representing the overall market, this index currently worth about 3,839, and when I first started this challenge, so on the September 1st, it was about 3,966, which makes that over the last 4 months, the market has been performing of about less 3%. As you can see, even if throughout the last 3 months of this challenge I've been able to beat the performance of the market, in this episode, unfortunately, I haven't been able to beat it. And this can be explained a lot by the bad performance of Tesla over that last month, which has lost a lot of its value. And as you can see, I still have the 2 main tilts in my portfolio, which are the financial sector and the technology sector. Right now, I was still analyzing Johnson & Johnson to add in my healthcare sector, since I don't have any kind of companies on that side at the moment. But in my opinion, it might not be the best time at the moment to buy this company, but I'll definitely be adding a couple of different stocks in my portfolio over the next couple of months. And if on your side you're interested to see what are the best stocks to buy in January 2023, check out the video that's gonna appear right over here, and I will see you soon. Peace.